Robbie, you get 2 goals on the night. Let's talk about your performance.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think the lads, we did well. A bit disappointed with the goals we conceded, obviously, but I mean, you can't expect them in this league to have a clean sheet every game. You try your best, but there's going to come up sometimes against difficult opposition. Even though we looked in control time, when you concede 2 goals and there's 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left and you only get winning by 1 goal, sometimes the nerves can get at you. But thankfully we got the 4th goal and then we knew it was over.
That's just spot in the playoffs with the win today. Let's talk about the way that you and Jorginho have been playing, helping the guys get back on the court.
Yeah, I think the whole team has been doing well. It's not just down to individuals. So myself and Jorginho have been scoring goals lately, which is always nice for the team. I think as a team we've been quite solid. We look like a proper team. We're doing things together, defending together, and attacking together, which is very, very important. So it's important that we keep that going.
Last year at this time, you guys are kind of cruising in first place on the way to the playoffs, and now you're in such a tight race. Well, what's that like for you guys?
Yeah, the same really. It's the same. You try and play every game as you want to win it. And listen, for us, we know that at the start of the season, sort of killed us. So, but that's the way it goes. It's important that you have such a bad start that you bounce back, and we certainly did do that. So. One stage it was looking likely that we weren't even going to get to the playoffs. So if you look where we came from since then, it's been massive progress, and it's important now, as I said before, we keep that going.
Do you guys talk about trying to avoid that 4th place and get into the top 3?
You always want to finish as high as possible. We don't sit down every morning and have a conversation about it, but certainly we want to finish as high as possible. To get 4th will probably be difficult at many points behind, but we just keep plugging away and try and get as many points on the board as we can and see where we finish. But of course we want to finish in the top 3.
Top 5, I believe, in goal scorers in the league this season. Does that mean anything to you?
Not really, no. It's nice to score goals, but I'm not one of these that look at charts and stuff like that. I find all my information off you guys, so thank you.
Do you don't have in mind being the top scorer?
Yeah. I've never set out targets because as a player playing so long, you know that you don't know whether you can get injuries along the way and setbacks. So I think when you start jumping the gun on one of these players that never think too far ahead,
Well, it's big. I think a lot of people kind of counted us out a couple months ago. To clinch it with 4 games to go, I think is making a pretty large statement.
You're now in 2nd place with Salt Lake. The way the season started is an indication to be up that high going into the last month of the season.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, obviously, with the playoff format, you want to be in the top 3, so after that playing game. But I think it says a lot to see what the form we've been on in the last 2 months, and I think we've only lost maybe 1 game, and we're still not top of the league. So I think it shows how poorly we played to start the season.
In terms of the formation standpoint, you're playing on the outside with Christian. You guys are changing point of attack numerous times. Can you talk about just that and what's it like playing with him and switching?
I mean, it's easy. I think it's nice to be able to kind of float around and find spots. And at times you're searching for the ball and it's not coming your way. And it's nice to be able to make a long diagonal run and know that instead of having to run 60 yards to get back, the other guy's going to cover, which is Christian. So it's been great. We're still getting him fit and we're still growing accustomed to each other. But it's been great being able to play with a little bit more freedom.
Between those two, Robbie and myself, and also Junie and Marcelo, there's a lot of movement and constant interchanging, and it makes it really tough for defenders. Some moments you see Junie high and runs through Marcelo, and Mike's underneath, or Mike's wide, or I'm wide, or Robbie's wide, and as a defender it's really hard because they like to key on 1 or 2 guys generally in this league. You can't do that anymore with their team.
October is going to be a pretty brutal month. You guys have a lot of good games coming up. Is momentum something that you guys are trying to seize upon, and how much will that help you going into that gauntlet?
Well, we put ourselves in a position to finish well, but that's no good if you don't play well. For me, to be honest, I think the most important game is going to be the Colorado game because I don't doubt that we'll be ready for Salt Lake and Seattle and San Jose. Those are big games and teams we can likely play in the playoffs. But the Colorado game is a game where we're playing a team at their home field with nothing to lose. So we got to make sure we're ready next week to play and try to get 3 points there.